Welcome to the island! Let me introduce you to my channel. You can call me Lanca and I spend my spare time creating an indie game from scratch. So, today I'll walk you through the initial maps and structures I've finalized so far. Let's dive in! So you start on the map of the Big Manta pub. It's a bar located on the island of Okalani, and the main city of this island is called Ualani. The bar has a corner for music stuff, live performances, and so on. And the barkeeper on the left here is called Fatu, and the girl next to him is Mile, it's his wife. Back here we have a way that's going to behind the bar, and of course a way to the toilets and facility areas. And up here we have the apartment of Fatu and his wife Mile. I tried to go for a little jazzy look, kind of like just cramped feeling of this apartment since it's just a little space above the bar. They're running together. Okay, I've seen so far the bar. Let me show you the rest of the island. Next up is Coral Wake Beach. We open the menu, we have a little map here. And this map shows us where we are. Other parts of the island, if we go upside, is Long Tide Lane. It's a little highway going on the outskirts of the map. Then we have the Hibiscus Way. It's a little residential area. Following the road, we're gonna go to the Ufa Forest, which is on the base of the mountain. And the mountain is actually an active volcano. This is gonna be also important for the later story of Ualani. Atop of the mountain, we have the Ualo Vista Point. It's kind of like a merchandise area and touristy spot. First, there's also next to it the Talaloa School. And at the southern side of the island, we have the Keola Avenue, which is a little outskirt of the main city, and Port Ualani, of course, the heart piece of the whole island. Other parts of the menu are a weather app that changes depending on the day. Then we have a little person icon. This is gonna be a register for all of the characters that you can meet. They're gonna get like a little IDs. Then we have a menu for settings and quests. The quests, don't be surprised, they're in German. I didn't have the time to change them yet. And of course, the settings, the same goes here. And the button to leave the game. Changing the background of the phone. I'm still debating if it's something that you can customize depending on the missions you have or not. So yeah, I really like about this beachy area is this little place where you can leave your bike, the footprints. I'll also create a video on how I made my maps. And the shrine you can see up there. This will be the saving spots or the place where you can save your game later on. And up here we have a suspicious looking cave, but more on that later. So, now that we've seen the beach, let me show you the rest of the island. The focus of the game is that it's actually a puzzle game. Some events will happen and the people on the island will have to evacuate. And depending on your decisions, you will either have a good ending or a bad ending. Going up here to the Hibiscus Way is your home. We have a full kitchen, we have a pan on the stove, we have a little living room with a window facing outside into the garden. Going upstairs, we have the bedroom of the protagonist. Also, windows here facing onto the balcony that will follow, that I still haven't really mapped. And the door here is gonna lead you to the bathroom. Going downstairs, there's also a way to the basement. We have some boxes here for some storage, and of course also a washing machine, way too many dirty laundry. The door here is the door to the office, since the character is a teacher, needs to do stuff at home grading papers and so on. Going further down the lane, we have the Ufa forest that I was talking about, and deep into the Ufa forest, you're gonna find the news van. It's called the Finch news van because the character living there is called Finch. Yeah, as you can see, he's a radio moderator, has a little stove here, has little cities running around, and the music you're gonna hear in the background is actually the one that's running on the radio station. So the next part on our list is the Talaloa school building. I mapped this in mind with a tropical flair, a little vacation island feeling. Of course, there's the bathroom, and up here we have the teacher's lounge. I think the only thing that's missing would be the really, really big jar of coffee. Maybe I'm gonna add one later. The first classroom here is one that you're gonna see sideways. We have a little window seat here. Tried not to make it that cramped since it's gonna be full of NPCs later. And the second room here has a little Easter egg that I really, really love. Maybe you're gonna guess what part of anatomy is written on that board. The next building here is called Sato's cabin, a little cabin for a character that's an engineer. Further down the Yuva forest, we have a pink little cottage. Don't get fooled by the door, I still have to fix that one. It's Mari's house. Mari is a nurse in the game. You're gonna learn more about her later. So going on, we're gonna visit the main heart of this city now. It's the Keola Avenue. It's gonna have a lot of houses for many characters. The only part that's finished here is the doctor office so far. So, of course, we have a little clean reception desk, little waiting area. I try to keep it white and blue for medical purpose ideas. And here is Mari, the character I was talking about with the pink cottage. Here I was testing some of the cutscenes and different emotions, and of course the text is gonna be changed to be an English one. Behind the door, we have Dr. Kalu. He is the island's doctor, I guess. And his little office. He has a picture of his daughter on his desk and medical equipment in the background. Upstairs is the apartment of Dr. Kalu and his daughter. Here's the living room space with a couch, some coffee on a table, windows facing south. For Dr. Kalu's bedroom, I tried to keep it simple, filled with books. And for Emu, that's the name of his daughter, we have a little more cozy room with bright turquoise and pink colors. Next on the Keola Avenue is the main port, the Port Ualani. And we have one finished house here. It's the house with the number 3. It belongs to a character called Florence. Inside is a little cramped. I wanted to have a house with more floors, and down the living room with the kitchen. Up here we have the bedroom of the parents. And they have a cozy little bathroom in the back of the room. And further upstairs, we're gonna have Florence's room. It's a little dimly lit. Since I started this project 2 months ago, there's not much more to show you yet. I really enjoyed sharing these first steps with you. In the future, I plan to make videos of other characters living on the island, the plugins I'm using, how I create maps, and other topics related to RPG Maker, since that's the engine that I'm working with. Thanks for watching, and see you next time on beautiful Ualani.